You see, in the 1930s, scientists were very interested in learning more about insulin. Not just about how it worked, but how it was produced in the body. In 1932, a Belgian researcher named Jean Labar discovered that insulin was produced through a hormone he called incretin. Nowadays, incretin is called GIP, which stands for a really long name that I'm not going to say. And does it matter? I don't know. They're just like studying shit, okay? In the 80s, researchers, they identified a hormone that worked with GIP, okay, to produce insulin. It was GLP-1. I know, chemistry. Here we go, you know? Anywho, they find this out and they're like, wow, this is a really cool discovery. But GLP-1 was hard to isolate and quick to metabolize, which meant it couldn't be bottled or sold. So, of course, Big Pharma didn't give a damn about it for a while until the monster lizards. I know, the best part. So in the 1980s, researchers began looking into the venom of a lizard called the Gila monster. Gila monsters are a rare breed from the southwestern United States whose poisonous venom is about as potent as a rattlesnake. I know, I was like, new fear unlocked. Great. So, you would think a bite from the Gila monster is fatal, right? Well, I guess wrong. In fact, the interaction between Gila monster venom and human hormones turns out to have a huge breakthrough in treating diabetes. Man, science is wild, huh? I know. People find out wild shit. So this guy, Dr. John Eng, he's an endocrinologist at the Veterans Administration Center in the Bronx. And he discovered something in the Gila venom, which he named Exidin-4. Exidin-4 was really similar to GLP-1, the human hormone that Big Pharma was ignoring because it wasn't marketable. And Dr. E discovered that Exidin-4 could stimulate the pancreas to create insulin. And unlike GLP-1, it was more shelf-stable so it could be bottled and sold. In the 90s, Dr. E made an even crazier discovery. Gila monsters were able to slow down their own metabolisms. Now that meant that they could go without food for long periods of time without their blood sugar dropping. So he thought there might be a connection here, and one that could be super useful to the humans. Obviously, it was a little bit of a challenge for Dr. E to get funding for a drug based on poisonous lizard venom, but eventually, a synthetic version of this magical lizard juice was manufactured. In 2005, the hormone received FDA approval for diabetes treatment under the name Byetta. Once Byetta was in the market, or was out in the market, people started to notice something. Not only was it effective for managing diabetes, but it was causing weight loss of 5% and sometimes more in its patients. And if there's one thing our culture loves, it's weight loss, huh? Especially when it's fast and easy. Within 6 months, Byetta was not about diabetes. It was being used as an off-label miracle weight loss drug. The only problem was that Byetta could only be given by injection, twice a day, every single day. And sure, it's great to slim down, a little, but, for some, was it worth having to stab yourself twice a day? I think many people would say yes, it was worth it. And at this point, Novo Nordisk steps in. They developed the drug semaglutide, which was approved under the brand name Ozempic in 2017. Semaglutide was especially cool because, unlike Byetta, it only required 1 injection a week. So you got all the weight loss benefits and less stabbing. A higher dose version of semaglutide was later approved under the name Wegovy in 2021. People tossed Byetta to the curb once Ozempic was introduced. And Ozempic was this shiny new toy. It requires less injections and had some heart health benefits that Byetta didn't. Ever since 2017, Ozempic has skyrocketed in popularity, leading to a lot of shortages. So in 2022 and 2024, there were such severe shortages of Ozempic that people who needed it to manage their diabetes were kind of out of luck. It was estimated that 1 in 8 adults in the US have taken Ozempic or another GLP-1 drug, and 6% of Americans are currently on it.